Okay, wait, there's a video. Thanks for all the feedback. Realized it came off as rage baiting, and that wasn't my intention, which means he was serious. So that's actually worse. If it's rage baiting, I would understand. But he's actually serious, which makes it worse. So you had some
Wow.
real.
So my last Monster Hunter Wilds video got a ton of responses, way more than I expected. 5% of the people agreed with me and 95% disagreed.
That's about right. Okay, as I said like earlier, right? That's about right. Cause like okay, 95% like don't think like clutch claw is like skill based. It's just a gimmick that is forced on you. Okay, but
Completely thought I was off the mark. I've seen the comments and I just want to address them. And I'm going to be completely forthright, honest, transparent. I was having a shitty day. I needed to get whatever it was off of my chest, and I did that. Okay, I was just venting.
yep, and that's fine. But the thing is, like, you can't really complain that like people are telling you that like you're stupid. So yep, because like well, you were venting in the internet, and like well, it's free for all in the internet out here, bro. So yep.
I have no one to vent to. So I decided to do it on camera and upload it to YouTube. And to my surprise, I am literally the odd one out in the community that
To
feels
your
this way
surprise.
with Monster Hunter Wilds. And that's okay. You know, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I've got to be honest, I didn't even go onto my YouTube studio for a good day or two. And then I come back to all these comments and stuff like that, which kind of
Ukulele
threw me
fight.
for a loop. Let's just say that. I'm just going to start off by saying I still think
He's not done yet. Giving apology, he's not giving apology yet or anything. He just say like the everyone's entitled to their opinion, which is he's not wrong over there. But he get like more right here, so yeah, don't worry, we have more content.
Capcom is taking a huge risk with this game.
I don't think Capcom is taking any huge risks with this game actually, not at all.
Not expanding on Monster Hunter World. That's just my opinion, and I stand by that. Okay, I genuinely think they could have done another DLC. They could have expanded more. But I also get why you guys might be excited for a new game, a new installment, new mechanics. I might have been too harsh in how I said things. I did watch it back just before. I was very upset. So the biggest one I saw was about the clutch claw and how that was being taken out, and you guys actually preferred that.
I think I just don't like his face for some reason. Don't worry, Alex, man. He doesn't like how Gemma looks as well, so don't worry about it. Okay, but yep, like okay, this is just surface level thing, I guess, right?
Compared to it having it like you did in World. That surprised me too. And I think the truth of the matter is that I'm not a long time Monster Hunter fan.
We know that already, bro.
I'm a Monster Hunter World fan. You know, that's the only game that I have ever played in the Monster Hunter series. So I guess coming into Monster Hunter World and then going to Monster Hunter Wilds, maybe I didn't see that natural progression through the series. I'm starting to think. Okay, so the biggest one I would say is the clutch claw. So let's start there.
Alright,
So
let's start there.
my main issue
Okay, deeper I get into Iceborne, but I just find out I'm just a boomer. Okay, yeah, well, okay, there is that as well. Now, this guy, like, you know, again, he doesn't know like anything else. Like, for the he only played like probably he only played Iceborne as well. Actually, he doesn't play Base World because Base World was way better than Iceborne. Okay, the only problem Base World has was the, okay, what was it? The roster like size for it. Okay, which Iceborne kinda fixed, then introduced Clutch Claw. I think he only played ever with Clutch Claw ever. So he never realized like, you know, how good it was when you don't have to tenderize every part of the monster. So he never tried it before, but yeah. This music, KW.
with Wilds is that it felt like, to me, it took away some of that freedom and aggression that made me fall in love with World. Okay, aggression. I'm an aggressive fighter.
So you say it like you're aggressive, but how? Okay, by clutch clawing, by claggering, abusing clagger, okay, by like wall banging or something like. There is nothing aggressive like, you know, hitting a monster that's like down. So yep, aggressive is like when the monster tries to hit you, you hit back. Okay, but yep. So anybody like a 3-year-old can beat like a dead body, man. So who the fuck cares, right? So
In video games. And the clutch claw was a big part of that for me. The biggest question I have is Capcom just getting rid of it because the community is saying that it's bad? And if so, are they replacing it with anything? And one thing that surprised me personally was that apparently most of the community is genuinely happy that it's gone. I had no clue. You know, I'm not in touch with the community, so that's fair enough. I still think it added a level of aggression that I enjoyed as a player.
Okay, what level of aggression you have to explain? So yep, why? Like, is it because claggering, like extending the stagger on the monster lets you be more aggressive by like hitting like a not moving monster, or like what? Okay, but yep, fighting for my life here, here. Okay, like trying to argue that this guy about anything he just talks like this. Yeah, okay, it's just the way like he like talks. I mean like either way, I mean like some people talk like this. I don't really like care too much about how he looks, how he talks, or whichever. I do care about his points though, but he need to make his points. So because he can say that like it adds aggression for like clutch claw. I would say focus mode adds way more aggression. So because it promotes you to like hit the same part as well, wound it, and then like abuse it like by using like the focus strike. So yep, what part of clutch claw like is more aggression? I need to know. So and if it doesn't put it in, then like I'm not gonna believe like whatever it is, right? So yeah.
But I can understand why some players can probably think that it's repetitive or it's like a fight skipper, you know. So I can see both sides here. Now the second one was focus mode. I saw a lot of people saying focus mode does make you feel like Levi from Attack on Titan, and it does feel rewarding. And look, I get it. Watching back, I can see how focus mode has that satisfying flow to reward players. But look, for me personally, it just still feels like the AI is doing too much for the player. Those cool combos are just spat. Those cool combos that you get stuck in an animation into, I want to do that, I want to do those sick moves. All I have to do is just hold the shift mode, my focus mode, hold shift, click a button, and then watch the animation go on. I want to do something.
Well, first of all, you have to aim properly and hit like the wounds, I guess, right? Second of all, like okay, is he saying like a clutch claw like adds like that? Okay, like okay, aiming at the part, and then like pressing one button to like flinch shot it. Well, two buttons, I guess, turning it, and then the second button to like a flinch shot it, as in like okay, much more engaging because it uses two buttons instead of like one, like for it, man. Clutch claw as a boomer like feels terrible. It's a bad like mechanic like stabby, man. Here is the thing, right? It's okay like to have like clutch claw if like let's say like okay, it doesn't punish you for not using it. So yep, slinger is a new thing in like world. Okay, but yep, and like people are fine with it because you're not forced to use it. If you use it, great. If you don't use it, whatever. But with clutch claw, you get actively punished for not using it. So yeah, that's the problem with like for it. Okay, but because like everything is balanced around like making use of like the clutch claw. So I think slinger is fine, yeah, because whether you have it or not, use it or not, it doesn't really matter. Okay, but yep, but if you do use it, you get rewarded for it. While in clutch claw, right, if you do use it, then you get break even. So yeah, like tenderizing hit zone used to be better in world. Iceborne comes out, the hit zone were all basically like worse. So because you're expected to clutch claw, tenderize it to restore it to the old like thing. So basically without using clutch claw, you're punished, actively getting punished. So yeah, and like clutch clawing it doesn't reward you because it just restore it to like what it was before. Okay, but yep. So it is what it is, right?
I don't want the AI to do all those cool moves for me. I seriously love the idea of focus mode. I do. I just wish that they would maybe look more into it to the point where it's not just about clicking one button and then letting an animation play out. I want it to be more skill-based. Another big concern was Destiny 2 and me comparing that to Monster Hunter World or the Monster Hunter series in general. Fuck no, okay? Never in my life would you catch me comparing that to Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter's way, it's in a different league, okay?
I mean, he just
I
did
was
earlier,
merely
but
just making
sure.
an example, as Destiny 2 is a video game that came out in 2017, and they've brought out 5 DLCs in that time. And how successful have they been? Pretty damn successful. So I was just stating a fact that a game like Destiny 2 is bringing out DLCs. I'm pretty sure they brought one out in 2023, 2 years ago, whatever it was. And players are still jumping on it. And I was just making a point that You know, maybe Monster Hunter World should have done that. They shouldn't have just done one DLC. Even though there was someone who was saying Iceborne is pretty much 3 DLCs in one, and I totally get that. Trust
But
me,
as he
I
keep
do.
bring
I
Destiny
just
2, he's trying to compare like adding like more DLC in the in the same game basically. So yep. Okay, I don't know about you, but like adding like DLC for the 10th time, sometimes they do like get old, man. That's why some of this like supposed MMO they're not really successful. So yeah, Destiny 2, I don't even think like they like I wouldn't really call that they have like that many player base actually. I would say like like a Monster Hunter probably is more popular than Destiny 2, but I guess it depends as well. I mean I guess it depends on like what you see about it, right? So yeah, Destiny is closer to Warframe than Monster Hunter, but even that's kind of a stretch. Again, he's talking about DLC per se. Okay, but yep. Okay, well, I guess he's fallen under the trap of the devs where like they just keep releasing DLC, thinking like you're gonna like pay for it anyway all the time. So yeah, I think I can appreciate more that like when like well, Monster Hunter tries to like release a new game instead rather than just keep milking you for like a DLC. Okay, but so yeah, model works for MMO, but I don't think it would work for Monster Hunter at all, unless specifically MMO Monster Hunter. Can it work? It can. Despairing, it can. But like if they release like okay, let's say at this point, okay, let's count this way, right? You have World and you have Iceborne, and then you have Rise, Sunbreak, and then Wilds. Let's say you have like Iceborne, and you have, as according to him, like Fireborn and like all of this DLC, and we're already on the 5th DLC of like Monster Hunter, like Monster Hunter World, right? So yep, like it's gonna feel like this again, this again. It's gonna feel like cause like it doesn't try to reinvent the wheel. It's just gonna be like the same thing. So yep. Okay, I don't know. Maybe they add like Clutch Claw 2.0 or something like that. Okay, but yep. Or maybe this is the like DLC to remove Clutch Claw, which actually would actually have more players than like before. But yeah, he's comparing like the DLC basically. Okay, spamming DLC versus like trying to like reinvent like the game in a different way. Okay, like Monster Hunter has been doing in the past like 2 decades. Okay, but yep, I feel like it'll be too expensive to get into at some point. Not gonna lie, you're not wrong. Like imagine if you wanna play like Monster Hunter, whatever the 5th DLC is, you have to buy everything. So yeah, World, Iceborne, everything. Okay, actually, I mean, according to him, it would make more money. True, but it would really like lose like the faith of the community. Okay, because community like have their own expectation since like the first like Monster Hunter. Okay, but
feel like they could have done another one. But hey, if you disagree with that, you disagree with that. You know, that's fine. Now, I think I'll be real for a second, okay? Most of my frustration was not Ragebait. As much as you might
he was
think
serious
that
by
it
the way.
is,
He was
I
serious.
genuinely did not mean it for it to come out that way. I was just venting. I have no one to vent to. I've no
I
one
think
to...
even if he like say it not in a venting way, right, people will still disagree. So yeah, okay. But either way, he's like serious on like his points here.
vent to. So I decided to do it on camera, upload the video. I did not think that the majority of the Monster Hunter community felt indifferent about the way that I felt. And maybe this is just what happens when you have someone who joins the Monster Hunter world, no pun intended, playing Monster Hunter World for the first game. You know, I didn't see that natural progression from the very first game, which was, I believe, in PlayStation. I fell in love with Monster Hunter World because of what it was and not what I knew, if that makes sense. And most of that frustration that came into that video was because I was expecting Monster Hunter World 2. And Wilds is not that. The UI threw me off. The user interface was just completely different than what I expected. My keybinds were different. I mean, my switchblade, all my keybinds were completely thrown in a mumble jumble. And I think the truth is I just wasn't patient enough to learn a new game, new mechanics. And when you go into a game frustrated, it's easy to focus.
He keeps saying World is like as if it's the Monster Hunter game, but it is the Monster Hunter game for him. So for him specifically for that. So yeah, like the keybind and stuff like that. I mean, like again, he said it right there. He just have like zero patience. He just have no patience to actually learn like another Monster Hunter. I mean, he doesn't even give Rise a try. He only say it's shit without playing it, which just basically like neutralized like all of his opinion right there. His opinion is invalid basically. So it's the type of opinion you don't need to hear about. Okay, but yep. So yeah, like a player, like people should not hear his opinion, and especially Capcom should not care about his opinion because like his opinion is like Rise is shit, and I haven't played by the way, but yeah, that's his opinion. Okay, but
No pun intended. On what you don't like instead of what's actually good. So I completely understand where you guys are coming from. I understand why you think it's Ragebait. I understand your
okay, we think it's rage bait because it's such a stupid points. That's why we think it's there is no way somebody is like saying this way, right? So yeah, but as I know it, like for like billions of people in the world, there will be some people that are like this. Okay, that's just like what can you expect, man?
negative comments. Just know that it was not intentional. I genuinely mean that.
10 more minutes, bro.
And I'm sorry that you feel that way. I just needed to vent. I didn't know who to vent to. And I'm still going to stand on this hill and say that everything that I said in the video, I completely still agree with. So where do I stand now? I still think some of my points hold up. Okay, I don't think focus mode is perfect. It's not skill-based enough for me personally. I think they need to make it more rewarding.
Okay, I think like for the same way, the other way around, like Clutch Claw has zero skill tied to it, zero, negative. So like a same thing as well for it. Okay, but it's his opinion versus other people's like opinion. But yep, now I feel bad for the guy. Not really for me to be honest. I mean, like it's just like he has his own opinion as well, right? So yep, which 95% of the player base just happen to not agree. So yep. This time he's not emotional like his initial like a video, yeah, but like like his point stands the same, and he still say he'll stand on his own hill as well, saying that like okay, focus mode not skill enough, clutch claw heavily skill based, okay, and all of that stuff basically. Okay, but yep. This guy doesn't know how to perfect guard if he say it like that. In any case,
you need to make the player feel more rewarded rather than just hitting a spot that is a very large hitbox, by the way. And I miss the aggression with such things like the clutch claw. I think being planted on 2 feet, working around the monster, not being like agile enough and sticking at its feet, it's a
so he thinks clutch claw makes you more agile when the only thing you can do is like latch on into a part of an enemy. Okay, but yep. I mean, I guess like the fact that Clagger is there makes you more mobile because not because you're more mobile, but the monster like doesn't move. Okay, but yep. So I guess you feel like you're more agile because like the monster is a sandbag. Okay, but yep.
different type of pacing of fights for me personally. Seriously though, the open world looks actually amazing. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I didn't get a chance to explore a bit more because I was so frustrated with the...
Yeah, because you were so mad and you made a video, bro. Like instead of like actually like properly trying it, like in Rise as well. Because you're so mad, man. Like somebody hurt you, like you don't even like bother giving it a try, and then like you went ranting on a 15 minutes video, dude.
Okay, and I think there's going to be one thing that I want to tell most of you, which is probably going to surprise you, is thank you. And you might be like, why are you thanking me? I'm literally cussing you out. I'm literally telling you to kill yourself. The more that I
didn't say that, but yeah.
You guys as other players, and especially like long time players,
music.
The more I realize that this isn't a step backwards per se. It's just a step in a different direction. Thank you for that. You opened my eyes. As you can tell, I'm no longer angry. I'm definitely not going to take back what I said. I still have a lot to figure out about Monster Hunter Wilds, and I'm sure that like my opinion will evolve as I actually play the game. So I will be playing the game and I will not be thinking about Monster Hunter World. I'm going to go in there with a fresh head. I want to relearn everything. I did it with Monster Hunter World and I fell in love with the game. If I can do it with that game, I can do it with this game. Again, this was not for views or subscribers, okay? Who in their right mind would do that kind of a rant video 4 views and subscribers. I was literally just venting. I was expecting to lose subscribers, which did happen. Look, I get it. We all have differing opinions. It's a gaming community. This is what makes games great. Passion. If you're not passionate about a game, why are we even talking about it? I've said my piece, and now it's your turn. Do you think Wilds will genuinely live up to the hype and maybe even surpass World? Or do you think that they are two separate games in their own right and there is no comparing?
Well,
I don't know, maybe you can convince me. I'd love to go into Wilds with a fresh start, fresh head, learn everything again. And I think I will do that if I can save enough money. So for the person who told me to go kill myself, I would genuinely like to say to you,
who said
you
that
might
to me,
have a
bruh?
bit too much passion for the game and for the series as a whole.
I mean, to be fair, that is true. That guy has way too much passion, but that guy was also like, out of control, man. So yeah, but then again, like okay, like he also has like way too much passion for one game, Monster Hunter World. That is, I didn't mean it. I didn't say anything. So yep. But in any case, it's like the handful comment stuff right there. So yeah, we'll try to minimize like potential like some of that, right? So we'll skip to the wrapping up one.
So I wanted to say, I didn't mean for it to come off as rage bait, but I think it did come off as rage bait. If that makes sense. I didn't mean for it like that, okay? Genuinely. So thank you so much for opening my eyes a little bit. I'll see you guys when the game comes out.
There is that, bro. Okay, there is him right here. Okay, well, yep, that was like his continuation of the video after the first one right there. Like not the rage bait video one. Okay, but okay, that's just how it is, bro. I don't know. What do you guys think right here? What do you guys think? I mean, he still stand on his opinion and everything, right? And that's fine and all. So yeah, okay, but like okay, he's free to still play like Monster Hunter like a World as well. Okay, I would think that like after he played Wilds enough, right? Like he's gonna go back to like World and like okay, probably he's gonna see like what's like wrong with like World. He's like looking at it in like the Monster Hunter World glasses right here. Anything that is Monster Hunter World is just bad, right? If it's not Monster Hunter World, it's bad. Like Rise and Wilds. But let's see how it is, right? So yeah, 5 more minutes, Pokrizy man. Let's watch his.